Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me on live stream. We are here. We are here to talk about awesome shows, the nostalgia that we feel when watching these type of TV shows. So thank you, everyone, for joining in the live stream. It's become a kind of a semi-normal tradition to tell me where you're from. So let me know what city, what state. It's always good. Even what country. Sometimes you get those nice country ones where it's like Australia, Great Britain, things like that. So I'll be looking in the chat every once in a while. A few reminders to keep this channel and live stream family friendly. That's what we always try to do. That's what these videos and that's what these shows are. As well, if you want to make sure that your comment and or question is looked at or that it's read by me, make sure to make that a super chat. And that's a great way to support the channel and make sure that you are pretty much heard out. So that is a great way to do that. After all these people coming in, hello, Christopher. First comment from Hesperia, California. So you get a shout out for that. Awesome. Chicago, New York City. Look at that. San Antonio, Texas. Already got the corners of the United States. So we got West Coast, East Coast. We got Chicago, Midwest. Look at that. We got South Texas. Wow. Des Moines, Iowa. Look at that. Louisiana, Michigan, Delaware, Capo Beach, SoCal. Oh, nice. Very, very cool. Santa Maria, California. Beautiful area. I visited there. Awesome. Bangor, Maine. Wow. The corner. Northeast tip of the country. That is amazing. Ash, you are listening while you're getting ready for work. Wow, you are a trooper because it's evening, right? Almost night. So you have a night shift. Well, I hope this livens your Sunday up a little bit, of course. Going to work. Maybe it's fun going to work. I don't know. Boston. What is up, C. Swain? Nice to see you. Appreciate it. I'm doing fantastic today. Wearing my I Love Lucy shirt, drinking out of my Rick9G mug, and going to be talking some Lucy and stuff. Oh, I got to pop this thing up. Give me 1 second here. I gotta pull this. I'm going to pull this player on this side. There we go. Okay, good. So I have a couple episodes that I'm going to queue up. Redecorating the Mertz's apartment. Oh, yes. Season 3 of I Love. Why did I do that? I was going to do 4, but then I was wrong, so I just put my fingers in. So that's season 3 of I Love Lucy. Quick read about this one before I start it up here. And then we'll talk a little bit about Hogan's. We'll talk about the videos. What I'd like to do more in the live streams when I do them is focus more on the content, okay? Not so much on anything else, but on the content. So on, let's say, what we did during the week, the past week. So like the Hogan's Heroes video on the cemetery, you guys and gals more than free to ask me questions about the cemetery, where it's at. I can give you all that information. Who else is there? I would be happy to do that. I also went to visit some in the cemetery that I didn't record and so forth. So I can tell you all about that, I can tell you about past videos like I Love Lucy, Ricky wearing his lifts. Make sure to check out that video if you haven't. Lots of stuff, lots of good stuff. So awesome. Ooh, Southwest Oregon and Connecticut. Very, very nice. Okay, redecorating the Mertz's apartment. Let's talk and look at that one. Let me get this one here. Let me get it started. Okay. Let's see here. We're looking at season 3, kind of close to the beginning of season 3. Not the most beginning, but kind of in the middle beginning. First third. Okay, redecorating the Mertz's apartment. November 23rd, 1953 release. Episode 74. This filmed on a Thursday. I always found that interesting that a lot of these shows are filmed on a Thursday. So people would come after work in the evening to watch this show. On October 22nd, 1953, they would line up on the outside of the studio. This would be in the Cahuenga studio close to Cahuenga Boulevard. Very interesting in Los Angeles, California. Hollywood, that is. It's actually the Los Angeles County. No rating share on this. And yeah, Lily of the Valley is sung by the Mertzes in this episode. So really, really cool. Jared, thank you so much. You enjoyed the cemetery video. What did you enjoy about it? Was it the mood? A lot of people told me that they appreciated how respectful I was. And honestly, that's just how I feel like going to places like this. So I'm glad that came through. Like I didn't do anything to prepare to make it seem like that. That's just how I feel like it should be done, right? And if you notice, like I shied away from putting any images on anyone. I shied away from any real music throughout the video. I had a lot of silence in there purposefully of walking around. I did have some speaking, but it was light, things like that. Hopefully those things shone through and you were able to see that. So yeah. You like the bloopers with the leftover feathers. Ooh, one leftover feather, or one or two actually. Pretty cool. Hey Don, nice to see you. And Noreen. Noreen, nice to see you in the live stream. I think it's the first time I've seen you. Ron Spriggs, nice to see you as well as Charles. Awesome. Sabaka. What color? Orange. Yes, so that is from Redecorate the Marissa's apartment. When they go into the apartment and Fred's like, I want to make it orange. And Ethel's like, orange. Oh, be quiet, Fred. Oh, I love that. I love that. Now, what is great is that Lucy starts out talking about how Ricky's going to buy her a mink. He doesn't buy her the mink. He puts that money into the actual apartment. That's how much they have to pay. Then basically it's a mink coat's worth of apartment work. That tells you how shabby the apartment was. And yes, you're right. It's the one with the feathers. A couple bloopers there. Remember, why were there feathers? Because the Mertz's apartment is the same as, so let's say this. The Mertz's apartment, the living room, is the same set as the Ricardo's bedroom. It's right. So if we look at the Ricardo's living room, to the left of that, okay, if we're looking at the stage, to the left of that is the Mertz's living room or the Ricardo's bedroom. It depends what they need it. They just dress it differently. And so the feathers in there, they would naturally blow to the left and to the right. And to the right of that is, of course, the Ricardo's apartment. It's not across the hall, right? It's all movie magic stuff. So very, very interesting there. Danielle, so you love the cemetery video as well. You would love to see more videos like that. So that's my question. And I made a question recently about John Wayne and Bob Hope and not Cornell Wilde, but one of the other celebrities. I could go visit all those celebrities. A lot of those are here in Los Angeles, a couple that I didn't even list, but believe it or not, a lot are cremated. You guys knew Desi Arnaz and Vivian Vance were cremated and spread into the ocean, basically, or their remains were given to their families. Interesting fact, 7 people on Gilligan's Island. 2 of them are alive, Marianne and Ginger, that is Tina Louise, and Don Wells. The other 5, okay, one of them is buried and the others were cremated. Gilligan, Skipper, Mrs. Howell, and Professor were all cremated, and Mr. Howell, Jim Backus, is actually buried in that cemetery. And I actually put a clip in there. I don't know if you guys caught it, like right at the end. It's very quick, but it says Jim Backus. Maybe I'll go back and visit and make a whole video just on him, cemetery, pay a couple of people visits, but focus it on him. We can kind of rest there. Charles Boyer, yes, exactly. Charles Boyer, I would be more than happy to visit him and bring that to you. Yeah, so a lot of Gilligan's Island individuals were cremated. That's just strange to me. Harpo Marx was cremated as well. Can't go visit. I really would want to visit him. There's a lot when I would have wanted to visit. Even Lurch from Addams Family, Ted Cassidy. So just an interesting little chat here. Backstager, I've never done a video on Bill Bixby, the original Hulk, right? Or the Hulk, Bruce Banner Hulk, yeah. Oh, and there's Lucy doing her little imitation of a mink, right? Ooh, that is amazing. She was funny. I loved her miming sequences like this one, like the one in The Gossip, like the one with Red Skeleton. She does a lot of those throughout the course of the show. It may be nice to look at those, but Lucy is definitely amazing. She doesn't even have to say a word. She just can do everything with her face, facial expressions, and so forth. Oh, in this episode as well, Lucy makes a mistake. She says, let's paint the furniture and reupholster the old furniture. Of course, that doesn't make sense. You can't paint the furniture. You reupholster the furniture and reupholster the old furniture. So she said it twice. So she should have said paint the apartment and reupholster the old furniture. And Ricky corrects her. That was not part of the script. That was an error, and they just went along with it. Most people don't really know that. So it's kind of crazy. Hey, John. Nice to see you in the live stream. John M. We'll just say it like that because some people, there's a couple of Johns on here right now, so that's kind of nice. More Twilight Zone videos. Those are coming. Don't worry about that. I'm really looking forward to doing more like top lists, like top episodes with children. Like children are prominent. Of course, a lot of Bill. It's not Mummy. It's Moomy. Is it? That's just such a strange pronunciation, depending on how it's spelled, at least in my opinion. But I can never pronounce anything correctly anyway. Oh, and there's little Ricky coming in, one of the Mayer twins. If we would ask them, they would probably not even know who they are. They always said that. They said they really didn't know who was who. And he's brought out, and he just starts to cry when Desi kisses him on the cheek. And then Lucy's like, yeah, he's kind of tired, blah, blah, blah. I love how they play that stuff off. And she tries to make him walk. One of the reasons why they did use twins in a lot of these shows, one, labor laws. They couldn't be on screen and on set for a long time. So they would just switch the kids. Plus, when they were both available and one was fussy or crying, you just pull the other kid out. No one would notice. It makes sense. They did it for Full House. They do it for a lot of shows that most people don't even know there's twins. But they are. And twins are some of the best friends of magicians. They use them in a lot of their tricks. I do. Lies, is that correct? Lise, Lies Mitchell. Do you have the Twilight Zone with William Shatner? I already posted that video. You should check it out in my, I was going to say Gilligan's Island, in my Twilight Zone playlist. So yeah, and I go through it. Very, very good stuff. Vance would dance. Yes, Van Johnson, right? Another blooper, which I covered in one of my videos. A great one. Absolutely true. Oh, Liza. Okay. Or, oh, excuse me, Lisa. There we go. I saw that. Lisa. Oh, interesting. Interesting spelling there. Very cool. Lucy has a nice little outfit. And, of course, Desi's wearing his trademark jacket, the one that I love to focus on because it kind of disappears throughout the middle of the series and then appears on Bennett Green, and then we never see it again. Bennett Green was his stand-in, so that's pretty cool. Oh, man. So itchy. Kenneth, do you mean chat on the live chat here? Is that your question? I thank you all for your awesome patience. Everyone has been very patient, and I'm just thanking you for it. On the live stream, I try to get to as many as I can, give you as many detailed things as possible, but a way to pretty much guarantee that I can read it is through the super chat. So awesome. Messy Room Studios, thank you so much. You are a big fan of the channel you've written, so I appreciate that. Alex N. Where is Lucy's grave? It is in Jamestown, New York City State. John M. So you said Rod, I'm assuming that's Rod Serling, could always scare the daylights out of anyone. Same goes for Alfred Hitchcock. Do you mean their work or them themselves? Because I actually think Alfred Hitchcock wasn't scary at all. He was pretty approachable, and even he had a little voice like this, like, of course, with a British accent. I took out the British accent. And yeah, Rod Serling was actually fairly nice to people. Everyone said on set he was very welcoming, he was very nice, he was very chatty, a little on the quiet side, not too like boisterous, but it's kind of what comes out. He has this very serious intellectual tone, and he was a very intellectual man. He was a writer, not very comfortable on camera. He didn't want to be the narrator, but it kind of worked out that way and kind of grew into the part, and he became this iconic legend. No one can replicate his way of speaking, you know. Absolutely awesome to know that he was just so talented. Christine, I'm so glad you found my channel as well. Awesome. Caleb, so you accidentally discovered my channel. Best mistake of your life. Happy little accidents. Are you guys familiar with Bob Ross, the painter? He makes those wonderful paintings. They're on what do you call it? on YouTube, and you can find it on Netflix as well. Just type in Bob Ross. He has big afro. He talks so calmly. And yes, he is another one who definitely talks about happy little accidents. And he was a sergeant in the military, by the way. Hard to imagine, but that's why he said he got into painting. It was relaxing for him. Definitely miss that guy. Definitely miss that guy. Kenneth, just a big fan of Gilligan's Island. How can I get the complete collection of that famous show? Well, Kenneth, I am still doing an I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy. I always mix up my shows because I cover all of them. A Gilligan's Island giveaway. Whenever I post the next Gilligan's Island video, that's going to have the name of the winner. You're still eligible to win as long as you go to the last Gilligan's Island video I posted, and I pick a random person. You just go through. It's free, nothing like that. No crazy things you have to do in terms of like paying. Nope, it's free, absolutely free. There's another giveaway, Hogan's Heroes. So make sure to watch that video as well. Or you can just go on Amazon and get the whole series. Happy little trees, happy little accidents. John M., your favorite Twilight Zone episode is about a writer who talks into a tape recorder to make people, including his wife, real. Oh yes, I remember that vaguely, very vaguely, because I haven't watched it recently. But yes, I know, because I literally a couple months ago I went through every single episode pretty much. I just missed 3 that I haven't seen, I believe. That's because I skipped them and I never came back to them. But yeah. Gomer Pyle, Shazam. Oh, and there you go. So what's really interesting, going back to I Love Lucy, I'm looking at the shot of the orange would be nice. He said it, you know. How you can tell is just where the openings are, because remember, a set is a fixed piece of like wood, or usually it's wood. If I'm being very honest, usually they don't have plastic. It would mostly be wood. And so the openings are the openings. You can dress everything however you want and make it look different. But remember, the openings are in the same spot. The Ricardo's bedroom, you enter from the right, same as the Mertz's living room, enter from the right. The closet door is their front door. And then the other closet door is the closet door for the Mertz's. And then there's a window, and the Ricardos also have the window. So it's basically the outside facade, and everything else you could set it in. Also, where the beds are at, there's an inset area. So it's kind of cool. Lucy Chocolates 101. You're definitely hitting the like button. Oh, thank you so much. If you guys and gals haven't done that, I do appreciate it. It does help out the channel. It's easy to forget, but I always will try to remind you guys. Thank you so much. And you also noticed that your notification bell was off, so you made sure to turn it on. So yeah, so I've had some people say, hey, Rick, I haven't seen your videos. Like, where are your videos? The way you get notified, it's really easy, really simple. You hit the subscribe button, and then next to it, there's a bell button icon after you subscribe. If you hit that, you can choose how you could be notified. You could be notified through email, on your phone, like through a text, or there's a lot of ways. And you could even be a message for all the videos, most of the videos. I mean, if you like the channel, you like the content, just go all videos, right? And yeah, so if you happen not to get the notifications, you can always hit the bell and unhit it and like hit it again, make sure it's activated, because that'll reset it, if that makes sense. It's YouTube, you know, it's a process in motion. Thank you so much for that, Lucy Chocolates. Great name, by the way. The Backstager, Don Rickles, Twilight Zone episode with the space guys. You didn't like that one too much? I'm trying to remember. Oh, right, with the 2 guys that are like conjoined, right? They're like conjoined aliens. Definitely a weird thing. Caleb, get the bell on. Awesome. Fred puts his hat on. He just puts his hat on. He's wearing like suspenders and like he's not fully dressed. He just walks out because they get into a fight. Zapped guy. I like Carol Burnett. Lucy was pretty much instrumental in getting her on the map, getting her popular, and so forth. I think she's talented. I definitely think she's talented. Yep. Thank you, Walking Tall, for hitting that like button. You are awesome. You like the like button. I love the like button. I like it too. John Roy, you just found out that Desi Arnaz wore 4-inch platform shoes, just like Tom Cruise. Did you see that in my video, by the way? That was one of my last Lucy videos on Desi and his platform shoes. There was something else that kind of has to do with that. You should check out the video and talk about that. Ooh, great question. Elsine, what's my favorite candy bar? Three Musketeers. I love Three Musketeers, and yeah, I'm a chocolate guy. I love chocolate. Bad boy Bubba Storm. Hello, you're watching me from the Philippines. You are awesome, bad boy. I give you a big shout out for that. That is awesome. Can you let me know like what time it is over there? That is insane. Right now it is 5:20 p.m. in California, Pacific Standard Time. I would love to know what time it is in the Philippines. At least 10 hours. I would say like 13, 14 hours is my guess, but I don't know. That's crazy. That's awesome. I'm so appreciative. Oh, I'm a little itchy here. Oh, no problem, John. I appreciate that. Your videos show up a lot in my YouTube searches. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel YouTube likes me and says, here, watch Rick's videos. We trust them. They are good for you to watch. They're not brainwashing. I'm kidding. Now, YouTube, I mean, most videos that people watch are because of YouTube. So I'm on YouTube. I support YouTube, of course. It's not a perfect thing. I have my little gripes here and there, but for the most part, I enjoy it. It helps me do what I do. It puts my videos out to most of the audience. And so I'm very appreciative of that. It's 8:20 a.m. on a Monday. Holy moly. No school, no work, but you are watching me. And I thank you so much. Yeah, there might be a holiday over there. Is it a holiday? I feel like a holiday is coming up. I feel like it. Probably. I feel it. Oh, there we go. There's Fred drinking his beer. Think about this. I Love Lucy. Fred's drinking a beer. He says he has a bologna sandwich or a salami sandwich and a bottle of beer. That's pretty risque. That's one of the first times that I know on television that you saw like legit beer or the idea that they're referring to alcohol. I don't want to say referring to alcohol, but that you see it. It's one thing to say, oh, I have a drink, but it's another thing to see the bottle. Now, you can't see the brand because actually the label's ripped off if you really, really, really look in the DVD section here. And Fred really is eating that sandwich. It's fairly authentic. He's chewing, and some people maybe don't notice that, but it does add to that as well. Oh, thank you so much, Backstager. Columbus Day is Columbus Day tomorrow? Is there a way to know that? I can't really tell from my computer, but it's probably coming up. There's always a holiday coming up, right? Walking Tall, Rick, how did you get turned into these old TV shows? Did you watch them all with your parents as a kid? Quick answer, no, I did not watch them with my parents as a kid. That's what most people will think. In fact, most of these shows that I watch, my parents don't even watch or have never watched. Yes, I Love Lucy, my mom, my dad is not a fan of I Love Lucy. He's more of a Stooge guy. He's more of a Marx Brothers guy, Laurel and Hardy, that type thing. I watched it. I watched Lucy. That was my first introduction. I Love Lucy during Saturday morning cartoons. At the end of Saturday morning cartoons, pretty much there was Lucy because I think it was like a G-rated show that in case kids stuck around, it wasn't like too crazy so that kids wouldn't watch anything, too offensive. In the 90s, remember, 80s, like right going into the 90s. And then after that, the shows became more adult, as time went on. And Lucy had so many guest stars that introduced me to John Wayne, to Harpo Marx, to all these celebrities. I started watching the Marx Brothers. Then that was just like a flood because then after that, it was like Charlie Chaplin, Laurel and Hardy. Then it was like Three Stooges. Oh, it's what my dad watches, blah, blah. And then it was just like a flood nonstop. No one could stop it, Oh, happy Rosh Hashanah. Definitely tomorrow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Enjoy the new year. Blessed new year, of course. Ooh, Car 54. I need to start watching more of it. Absolutely. Thank you. You're awesome too, Patty. I have seen the long trailer. Yep. Nick at Night. See, Swain, I have heard a lot of people. So it's basically right because Nick at Night is like cartoons and kids shows. And so that kind of led people into I Love Lucy. And so I owe a lot of those kids shows a lot, right? And I think it's good. It's good indoctrination because, I mean, I Love Lucy's great. Yeah, Caleb, you could probably tell someone right now who's John Wayne, like teenagers, and they'll be like, Yeah. Yeah. Sad, definitely sad, but you know, it's the world we live in. That's why I really believe this. I was taught if you keep, even though someone's passed, you can keep mentioning them, you can keep talking about them, and you continue to allow them to live, to be in this world, right? And so if I talk about John Wayne, I Love Lucy, these individuals are still here. The more you talk about them, the more people know about them, and they're not really gone. People are really gone are the ones that are forgotten, that are not talked about. And so that's very important, something to keep in mind. And one of the things that I really am aware of doing when I go and visit these individuals in cemeteries, I have a lot of respect because they're there and these are people that have made me feel so good. They were able to change my moods from from sad to happy, or from depressed to happy, or whatever, just from happy to keep it happy, you know? So it is definitely something that is very aware of. Hey, Scotty. Or Scott. Exactly, keeping their memory alive. Is Desi Jr. still alive? Yes, as of this video, when this is recording right now, absolutely. Santos, he is alive. Desi, so Lucy and Desi's son. Yep. Yep, Farrah Fawcett died the same day as Michael Jackson. I was very, very down that day. I remember that. I was a big MJ fan. And Farrah Fawcett, I do show her grave in the last video with Hogan's Heroes. That's the thing. That's why I suggest people watch all the videos, because it's somebody see Hogan's Heroes and be like, oh, I don't watch that show. But you see Jim Backus, you see Marilyn Monroe, you see other people, which I won't spoil. But that's what I'm saying. I have a lot of little things in my videos. And so, yeah, it's awesome. Wait, Lisa, I'm on your TV? Oh, man. Hopefully I look good because I'm on TV. I'm like huge and HD and you can see all my imperfections. Oh, no. Margarita, you are 62. Nice. Very, very good. I love people reveal their age. It's great. And it's cool to see a young person who likes a lot of old shows than I'm watching as a kid. Although some of them are reruns, such as Superman, who come after the show. Very, very cool. Yep, Robert Clary is the only cast member from Hogan's Heroes that is still alive as of this video. I always have to put that in there because if someone's watching this a year ahead and then they'll be like, no, he already passed away, or someone like that. That's why I say at the time of this video. Oh, boom, the end of the episode. Lucy gets new furniture as well. And it's like, well, what happened to your mink coat? And she's like, we're sitting on it, plus what they spent on the redecorating, right? Okay, let me look at the next episode here. Too Many Crooks. I like that episode. Matt and Max, and they sneak into the apartment. Very, very good. And the woman is a thief. It's a woman robber. Too Many Crooks. 11/30/53. November 30th, 1953, episode 75. This does have a rating share of 60.1, which is pretty similar to what's going on here. 60.1 out of 85. Mrs. Trumbull, played by Elizabeth Patterson. Awesome actress. Policeman Alan Jenkins. He plays policeman in several of these I Love Lucy episodes. 3, if I'm not mistaken. At least 3, let's just say. And the episode starts with a close-up of the of the Ricardos' fire escape right outside the window. And that's something we've never, ever seen before on I Love Lucy, you even hear kind of an alarm. You hear a legitimate, not fire alarm, police siren, and very different from most I Love Lucy episodes. Different tone. Lucy's asleep. She's by herself in the apartment, right? Oh, and Madam X, by the way, is Alice Wills. That's the woman. She's mostly covered up most of the time, so you can't really see her. The night this episode aired, Desi threw a surprise 13th wedding anniversary party for Lucy at the Mocambo. This is actually a real thing. In the midst of the celebration, a TV set was rolled in and the guests enjoyed the show. Isn't that crazy? So later on, they make an actual I Love Lucy episode where they do an anniversary thing at the Mocambo. If that's cool. That is awesome. Yes, Robert Clary's in his 90s. Le Beau. Is he here? Actually, I have Le Beau's book somewhere. It's not here. It's probably back there. Oh, I love this. You guys know it. Caleb got on it right away. Madam X was in this episode, and Fred is with the bat. He's like, which way did she go? He's like, this way. Are you sure? You went that way? Yes, sure. And he books it this way. Probably one of the funniest moments. That's why I love Fred. Like, Lucy could do all these things. She could get pies thrown in her face. She could go up the Empire State Building, and she was continuously funny. But Fred had these moments where he would just do subtle, small things. Like, literally, he ran 2 feet this way. And it was, like, super hilarious with his grumpy mood, with his man-like persona. It was just great. So great. I love it. Too much stuff going on. So Arthur, this isn't your favorite. I definitely do like it, I have to say. So you say because there's too much stuff going on. I get that because Lucy thinks Ethel's a thief. Ethel thinks Lucy's the thief. But I like it. I love that scene though where Ricky is trying to get the platter with the nuts, or the little vase thing with the nuts, and he grabs it with this. And it's like he's trying for it not to be awkward. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. Bill Frawley was very underrated. I would say so. And that's why I feature him in a lot of videos, because, I don't know, all of them got recognition, right? Lucy got Emmys. Ethel got Emmys. Fred was nominated many times, but he never got an Emmy. And they got an Emmy for I Love Lucy, so it's like Desi as well. And then Desi and Lucy, when they accepted one of their Emmys for the show, they said, this one is for Frawley and Oppenheimer. And so he called out both Bill Frawley, who never got formally an award, right? And Jess Oppenheimer, who created the show, was the brain behind the show. He was essentially, I mean, the brains, the writer, he was the funny guy, right? Remember, the cast just read the script in their, I mean, they did their own thing, but all those lines had to come from somewhere, right? So, yeah. Thank you, Mary. You like the live streams? I like them too. I enjoy them. It's great. Favorite Addams Family episode? Question by Avery. Ooh, I love the lurch dancing. I love that, but I also love another one. This actually I might love a little more. It's the Halloween one. I believe it's the one with Don Rickles. There's 2 thieves. I don't know why I'm thinking Don Rickles was a thief, or I may be mixing them up. But it's basically the thieves where they like go bobbing for apples and they're freaked out. And then they're even like, give us all your money or whatever. And then Gomez just pulls out his drawer and just like gives them wads of money. He's like, sure, how much do you want? He's like, 200,000? I can give you 400,000 or something like that. And they were just like, what? Because he's like super, I love that type of humor. To me, that is just amazing. Scott Baker, I've been here. I've been making tons of videos. I haven't gone anywhere. So if you haven't known about my videos, or haven't been keeping current, or notifications haven't been telling you, go ahead, visit Rick9G, look at videos, and check them out. Check them out. Jared, yeah, I'm with you on that. Desi's acting never really got recognized as it should, but I'm so glad that his behind-the-scenes work was definitely praised or recognized, right? Arthur Pryor, what did Gomez do to make that much money? You should check out a video I made. How did they get their fortune? And I go all through that. I even tell you how much they're worth at that time and in today's money. I give you a dollar amount. And I go through the reasoning why. You really should check that out. I don't know if a lot of people saw that video or not, but I think it was really cool information-wise, like to think about that, how much money they had and how they got it, how they built up the fortune. So that's kind of cool. Desi was the genius. Yes, he was. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, there are. Remember, Phillip Morris. So in case you don't know, Phillip Morris was one of the sponsors, the first sponsor, essentially, of I Love Lucy. And so Phillip Morris, their cigarette company, right? And I think they turned into Marlboro, and then, they're kind of just behind the scenes now, but they're still going. And so that's why they had to smoke on camera, and they had to smoke a lot because they're promoting the product. There was a lot of little scenes where there's Phillip Morris posters or even allusions to the little Johnny Bellboy guy. And he was like, call for Philip. Remember the I Love Lucy episode where Lucy does a TV commercial where Lucy's in the TV? She says, call for Phillip Morris. And she has a cigarette pack. Yeah, they're promoting the cigarettes, right? They have sponsorship. Just like people say, why does YouTube have ads? Listen, I Love Lucy had tons of ads. They had Sanka, they had Lilt, they had American Export Lines, they had Ford. Without that, you would have no I Love Lucy. So it's good to keep that in mind and to think that they had them in the 50s and they still have them today, even on YouTube. So it's a thing. Yeah, Lucy and Desi were heavy smokers, yeah. Yep. I do love Get Smart. Agent 99. Maxwell Smart. I love this. I love, what's her name? Mrs. Trumbull coming into the Mertz's apartment. Again, Lucy and Ricky's bedroom, dressed. And saying that she saw, I think she saw Lucy as Madam X. Like, she believes that. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, what? Like, what's this about? Ethel's kind of freaking out, saying, no, I don't think you're right. But then she leaves, and then she's like, Fred, Lucy's Madam X. And Fred's like, no, this can't be right. And they're like, no. They had good intentions here, at least in the script, right? And they're saying, we have to clear her name, our good friend Lucy. And they're like, let's just try to get her fingerprints and send them in to analyze, and then we can prove it's not her. And they try, and Lucy does the same thing. And it's, I don't know, I love it. It's great. So Arthur asks, where was Lucy's mother all that time when they were in California? She was only on like 3 episodes and one that in Palm Springs. So remember, she took a plane, and she took a plane later after they got there because it took them 2 weeks to drive to California. So she took a plane pretty much the same day, got there the same day. They picked her up at the airport. Remember that one, the one with the Hedda Hopper story? And yeah, she was here and there, but remember, she wasn't really integral to the part of the story. What I Love Lucy started to do at that time, in my opinion, a lot of these loose ends, they had to tie him up, and they had to tie him up fairly quickly. We never see Ricky in what movie he was in, because Don Juan was shelved, and then he started another movie, and we never know what it was. We never even saw the process of the filming, or from one episode to another. From all of a sudden season 4 to season 5, he already wrapped the movie, and there was no indication of that. Same thing with Ricky's mom. Lucy's mom. There was no reason for her to be there other than bringing the baby. And then she kind of disappears into the bedroom in Palm Springs to go take a nap. And we never see her again on that trip. We see her way after. There's Fred sitting on that fire escape outside Lucy's window, spying on Lucy. Nice little addition they had to the outside of the set there. Very, very interesting, because they had to make the exterior shot there of the building with the brick and then that metal fire escape. They had to hold them, so it's kind of cool. Hey, Terry, nice to see you in the live stream. Yep, Lucy's mom met Hedda Hopper, remember, on that plane. And then Ricky says, Mother, why didn't you tell me you didn't know Hedda Hopper? And then she says, you didn't ask me. It's great. Oh, so C. Swain, so you're referring to Ford being a sponsor of I Love Lucy. It was a sponsor only when they did the hour-long episodes, not before. So remember, like sponsorships, they have their time, they sign a contract, it's for a limited time. When that's done, you don't have a sponsor, so you want to get another one. So it was Phillip Morris, American Export Lines, Ford. And then throughout, they had like smaller ones, like Lilt, Home Permanent, or the soap, I believe. And then they had a couple others that they would show. Sanka, right? There was Sanka as well. And those were, again, smaller ones. So you didn't ask me, Mickey. She kept calling him Mickey instead of Ricky. I love that. Hey, Barney on the Flintstones. Tony Clifton. I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about, Tony. Have you ever met Lucy's children? No, I haven't. I've corresponded with Lucy or Nasluk and Bill because she did see one of my videos and we corresponded a little bit about that. Haven't really gotten back to her yet. Oh, no, I've responded, but I mean, we haven't touched base with each other after that. It would be great. I would love to do an interview with her, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hope, right? Thank you, Terry. Honeymooners equal the Flintstones. How so? Let me know. Let me know backstage and let us know. I don't know, again, much about either the Honeymooners or the Flintstones. Just very casual watching. And this is great again. Let me adjust here because I think... Oh, okay, yeah. So we're back at Lucy's apartment. Lucy thinking that Ethel's Madam X because... let me get this. Ethel was on the fire escape with Fred's clothing, and she thinks, oh my gosh, that's Ethel. She's on the fire escape. She's Madam X, right? And then later on, so they think that the other one's Madam X. So I like that. And then Lucy waits for Ethel, and then the real Madam X comes in. She gets in trouble. Oh, yes. Lucy's mother was on the train with them on the way back to New York. You're right. Yeah, that's where she popped in again. So Palm Springs, you're correct. And then we don't see her until she goes back, right? Oh, awesome. Elsine. So you're asking, wonderful question. Where is the cemetery you visited? So it is called, I think, Pearson Brothers or Pierce. I have the name in the description of the video, but basically it's in Westwood. It's in the Westwood area because Los Angeles is big, right? So there's Los Angeles, the city, and then Los Angeles County. So it's in Los Angeles County, West LA, in the Westwood area. I know that's a lot, but it's basically, if you know Los Angeles, Westwood area. And I think it's called the Westwood Cemetery and Mortuary, something like that. It's fairly small for a cemetery, right in the middle of all these buildings. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood are there. You can just go right in there. If I'm not mistaken, it's open 24 hours, which is a little creepy because the cemetery not that far for where, or just other cemeteries I know close like at 6 p.m. And so it's really weird that there's a cemetery open 24 hours. I mean, I guess some, but it's just weird to be there. There was a couple individuals who were a little questionable. They were just like walking around in circles and talking to them. So maybe they were praying. I don't know. But I mean, like there's a little interesting. And then you see tourists, like clearly tourists, people from like Australia taking photos and things like that. You can hear their accent and so forth. And that's good. I love that. I think that's great. Some of these like Forest Lawn, they discourage the tourists. But no, this one is like come in. And obviously they have cameras. They have all these things. Like Arm & Hammer is also there. A lot of big people. So C. Swain, if you checked out, awesome. You watched the tour of Jamestown. That was the first statue that they made of Lucy. Most people didn't like it, and then they made a second one. So the second one kind of made up for the first one, but they didn't want to take the first one out. You know, kind of is what it is. PGH RPG, you're from Pittsburgh, and you managed to find the Westwood Cemetery easily. Yeah, just You can type it in, Westwood Cemetery. But when you get there, like I said, it's really difficult. There's literally a CVS across from it. There's like parking for these high rises. And inside the parking, like that's how you go in. You go in between two buildings. It's like an alleyway. And then if you go straight, you go inside the parking of one of these buildings. If you make a quick right, you go into the cemetery. Like I said, it's so weird. It's almost like the cemetery was there for a while and then things built up around it and they kind of squished the cemetery around, didn't let it expand. But it's such a strange thing. It's such a strange place, meaning like placement. But it's very interesting. It's very peaceful. It's absolutely free. You can just walk right in. You can just drive right in. I should have driven right in, not parked a mile away. But I didn't know. I've never visited. But live and learn, right? I'll be going there again. I'm hopeful I will. Yep, Lorraine. Yes, Desi was a genius. He invented the 3-camera system. It's actually 4. If you're up to date on the first ever filmed episode, Lucy thinks Ricky's trying to murder her. They used 4, but they thought it was too chaotic, so they dropped 1 and it became the 3-camera system. 4 was just too much to handle. The 4th one would get in the middle. It was just like too much. You know how it's like the 3 Stooges. 3's perfect, 2's too little, 4's too much. So yeah, 3 worked out. Oh yeah, Manatee County, LA. Traffic is horrible in Los Angeles. I don't mind it that much because I can pretty much get anywhere I need to get in entire Los Angeles area in 30 minutes. I know that may sound like a lot, but it's not for me. I grew up here. So 30 minutes pretty much anywhere from the valley to down south takes me about 30 minutes roughly. It can take a little more, but usually 30 minutes. And especially if you know ins and outs and little side roads. But yes, traffic was horrible to get there, which was, I left a little early from work so I can get there fairly early with still light out. Obviously you saw there was still light. Like I didn't want to leave right after work because it would be dark. It's getting darker now. It's getting even dark right now. Sun's going down. And yeah, when I came back, it was horrible. When I got there, it took me about 25 minutes to get there. To get back home, it took me 45 in gridlock traffic. So it shouldn't have taken that long. Just say I should have made it home in 20 minutes tops, 15 to 20 minutes if there wasn't traffic. So yeah, yep. See some more cemetery videos. I'm up for doing them. Like I said, I can regularly go to them. I know some people are kind of freaked out by it. I get that. I respect it. I was kind of like that, but then I kind of learned that they're not as bad as you think. They're not as scary as you think. They're really not. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense to go and visit these individuals who you love so much, right? And pay your respects. And yeah, I just want to know who people want to see most. Like that's the hardest part. It's like, who do you guys want to see, you know? And I would love to make a list of like 50 and then vote, you know, kind of thing. But I'm getting an idea. People seem to like John Wayne from that poll. Because those are pretty much the 3 biggest like male celebrities that were on the show, like the biggest impactful ones. Bill Holden, by the way, was cremated, in case you guys don't know. So yes, I would have loved to go and see Bill Holden. But see, that's the thing. It's a little sad we can't, you know, go. To Texans, 30 minutes is nothing because you guys have more long distances. Us, it's not that it's really long. We have everything within a 40-mile radius, roughly, like everything. Even that may seem like a lot. I would say 20 to 30, right? But the thing is, it takes to go 5 miles, it could take you half an hour. It could take you 50 minutes, you know? Yeah, John Wayne is about an hour and 10 minutes away from me on a normal drive. So it's quite a bit away, but I'd totally go do it. Again, that's one way. So it'll be about a 2.5-hour drive considering traffic and everything. So it would be kind of a quest to get up there. But if you guys want it, yeah. And I do have a Bill Frawley cemetery video. Thank you for reminding me, Danielle. And Mo Howard. Continuing to visit the Stooges in the near future. So don't forget about that. KL, you never watch Hogan's or Gilligan's. What's your type of show? What do you like? Are you a Lucy person? Are you another show? Let me know. Okay, let me grab this here. The episode should be ending fairly soon, guys and gals. We have about 6 minutes left till the episode is done. I have the I Love Lucy in color. I gave the other one away to a lucky giveaway winner. So again, I do give these away. And I do love and appreciate that, to be able to give back and have you guys see these. I like the ones in color. I don't like them as much as black and white. I love them, but I do like to see them in color because it just adds a different flavor to me. It's like if I have ice cream, but then I have ice cream with like chocolate on it. I could eat ice cream, but I like it with the chocolate. But for me, the black and white is the chocolate because it's chocolate color. I don't know. That didn't make any sense, but it did to me. Hogan's Heroes is just great. I love it. I love it. Let me see here. Let me go back. I think I missed a couple. Trying. Okay, so Arthur, I'm going back a little bit. I've never understood why people wanted the Stooges to be on Lucy because Lucille Ball was on the Stooges. How would they get them in there? What reason? And Mo pokes Ricky in the eyes and slaps. Oh, I see. So that, yeah, I mean, and from what I learned, Lucy got her start, you know, in other movies and stuff, but she did guest star supporting actress in a Stooge short, Three Little Pigskins. And that was a movie, so she was technically in a movie there. And she was on the Marx Brothers as well, another movie. Yeah, I think the flavor for the Stooges didn't really suit Lucy well. But then again, remember, Mo kind of stopped slapping Curly Joe, right, after a while. And yeah, that may have worked. I don't know. Maybe you could have slapped someone else who's one. Yeah, I don't think Bill Frawley or Desi Arnaz want to get slapped. You don't want to slap a woman. So I guess it wouldn't have worked. But I mean, Lucy was almost willing to do anything. So I don't know. Just something in mind. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you for catching the live stream. Appreciate it. Let me know how many of you are a fan of this. Like, who would want to win this? Would you like another giveaway of this? Like, was this a big thing? Do you want me to do more of these? Because again, I don't know if people like it as much as like the black and white. You like the I Love Lucy movie with the 3 episodes connected. You want a season of I Love Lucy. Let me know. I definitely will take considerations into that. Absolutely. So let me know. Let me know. A great cemetery vlog would be all 5 Marx Brothers: Chico, Harpo, Groucho, Zeppo, and Gummo. Remember, Harpo is cremated and scattered in the ocean, so can't go visit him, but you mean the others, I'm guessing, right? Yeah. And I don't know about the others, how many, I don't even know. I know Groucho has, I think, cremated remains, but they're in a niche, so you can visit them. And I'm not sure about Chico. I'm not sure about Gummo. I'm not sure about Zeppo. I've never seen the Vernon Shirley, believe it or not. Yeah, so you guys like the color DVDs? I'm seeing a lot of yes. I'm seeing a lot of approval for that. So I may buy a couple more and do more giveaways of that because people seem to like the color stuff. Again, not everyone likes it. I get that. But yeah, it would be cool. And it's a pleasure for me to be able to give back. To know that people who didn't have it will be able to watch Lucy whenever they want. They just need a DVD player, a television, electricity, and that's it. Like, it's so simple. You don't need like a subscription, whatever. Like, I want to give these away so people can watch and enjoy and have laughs as well if it's not available on, you know, thing. And with something like that, like I said, there's 16 of them in here. So there's everything from season 1 stuff. Lucy does a TV commercial. There's season 3 stuff. $1 Million Idea, season 2 stuff, job searching. There's bonus bucks, some Hollywood episodes. There's some season 5 stuff. Lucy Goes to Scott. So it has an episode at least from every season, a few from every season, which is really cool. That's really, really cool. The only one that's missing is like a pregnancy episode, I think. But that, other than that, that would be awesome. Yeah, definitely, Laura. I am doing super chats. Always accept those. Always a great way to contribute to the channel and have pretty much guaranteed to have your comment read. So that's awesome. The Gaming Bros. I've watched a few of your videos, and I'm a huge fan of Hogan's Heroes. Awesome. So funny. I had to get the German box set of the DVDs in the UK just to watch it, and I'm finally on the last season. It's so funny. And you're 29. Awesome. I hope that's what it says. Yeah, I'm 20. Yeah, 29. That's awesome. I'm glad that you appreciate in the UK. So you're watching from the UK. That is awesome. Very, very cool. Wow. I'm glad you're enjoying Hogan's Heroes as well. And thank you for supporting and watching the stream. Les Leo, you want the color? I'll hook you guys up. I'll hook you guys up. As long as you guys watch my videos, remember, that's why you got to watch all of them, because I never announce which ones have giveaway stuff in them. That's why you got to kind of watch all of them. It's kind of, I wouldn't say the catch, but it's like, I want people to watch. I want people to support. And if people don't watch and support, I can't continue doing this. So I think a lot of you guys understand that, but I do appreciate that. Hogan's Heroes in German? Yes, it's in many. It actually dubbed it in many languages. Yep. Slapstick, something I love so much. Elsine, pretty much. So your question is very valid and very good one. Is the contest only for U.S. residents to win? It's not that it's only for U.S. residents. Shipping for the U.S. is rather streamlined, and it's not that it's a lot, but sometimes it can get complicated. Like to ship something to the U.K., depending on size, could be up to $20, and across the world, like in Asia, it could be a lot more than that. I've shipped things that are $50, just a $50 shipping quote, not counting what the item is, for certain things that were a little bigger. And so I got to get that sorted out. That's kind of a lot, honestly. But yeah, for now, yes, just US audiences. But I'm gonna try to see what I can do about that. Yeah, so I'll look into that. Don't worry. I won't leave you guys hanging. All right, so thank you so much, guys and gals. I do appreciate you watching I Love Lucy and all these great shows, and then in turn supporting me and you watching them. We have a lot of you on here, and I do appreciate it. In case you're watching this after, thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It does help so much. And subscribe for more content. Hit that bell button. It does help. If you guys want merch, also just search the channel. There's a lot of videos. May have passed you by for many different reasons. We'll see you next time, guys and gals. I appreciate it. Look out for the next video. Like I said, I'm already thinking about it, and I'm excited about it. Don't forget, guys and gals, be hopeful.